हेलो। बढ़िया। आज वीसी साहब ने साइन कर दिया है। पता नहीं। हेलो। बढ़िया। टुडे आज वीसी साहब ने साइन कर दिया है।
दिव्य दीदी सुनाई दे रहा है? ओके, आप म्यूट पे हैं दिव्य दीदी।
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग, क्या हाल है?
बढ़िया।
दिव्य दीदी सुनाई दे रहा है?
हाँ।
ओके, आप म्यूट पे हैं दिव्य दीदी।
अभी भी।
नहीं,
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग,
बढ़िया।
क्या हाल है?
दिव्य दीदी सुनाई दे रहा है?
हाँ।
ये कहाँ से आ रही बार बार आवाज?
आप म्यूट पे हैं दिव्य दीदी।
वो YouTube पे जा रहा है ना, इसलिए डबल आ रही थी, मैंने उसे म्यूट कर दिया।
ठीक है रानी?
ठीक।
चार्ज चल रहा है आपका?
हेलो। ट्राई दिस ग्रीन
Can you
Green
hear
icon.
me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
I'm sorry about that. I think that I had my video off and my mute was off as well.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
my mute was on.
yeah,
So now we're okay. So I
yes.
start again. Good morning here, good evening there.
Yes.
So
Do you want to try? Yeah,
I would like
just
to
click.
try. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
yes, please. Just the
And
green icon
just
in the
let's.
bottom row. Share screen. Fifth icon, sixth.
Okay. First, so that can you see my screen now?
No, not yet.
Right. Can you see anything now?
No, not yet.
Okay. Let's try again.
Yeah.
Ah, should have something now.
Okay. Yes.
You can see that now?
Yes. Yes. Yes, we can see.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Perfect.
Now I've got I'm trying to take it's telling me about people joining.
No, I'll do that. I'll manage that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll let them
it's
join.
not, that's not the problem. The problem is it's blocking my image, my view of the screen. So
No, so on the right hand
that's
side.
better. That's
Yes.
better. Yeah. Okay. And I have another small problem, Divya, that I have some videos that I want to show at some stage.
Okay.
But yeah, it's come back again. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with it. Never mind.
It will go on its own, yeah.
So when that happens, I'm just going to try it now
Yes,
and
yes,
see if
please.
I
Yes,
can
please.
switch to the video. Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Hello, Adrian. Hello, Divya.
Hello,
Hello, sir.
Mino. Are you
Hello,
are
how
you
are you?
well?
Yeah, okay. Look so far, all right. And how about you? You're looking minus. You're looking nice minus your beard.
Yes, it disappeared somehow just a few months ago.
Yes.
Maybe it'll come back sometime.
Yes, it'll come back every day, but you'll have to keep it clean.
Have you still got Gaurav with you?
Yes.
He's still with you, and he's working from home, I guess.
Yes, working from home.
Yeah.
Hello,
Gaurav.
who is that?
Gaurav.
This is Gaurav. Is that Gaurav? I can't see you very well, Gaurav. Hello. Good morning.
Can you see me now? Good morning. Good evening. Good morning.
Good
Can you
evening.
see me now?
Anyway, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I'll step out because this is
Okay.
professional talk, but I'll call you later.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I still have my problem that I don't know how to share the...
Is the video in the presentation or it's outside the... Is the video in the presentation or you have to run from outside?
Technically, I can't do it. Usually, there's a codec problem with the videos. So I have to come out of the presentation to show it. Now, I'm just going to try to do that now.
In that scenario, you will have to, in that scenario, if it is away, apart from your presentation, you may need to stop share screen and then again share screen, because at one time it will take only PPT. So once your PPT is done.
Okay, well, let's try that now.
Yes, yeah.
It's got the share screen is paused. I'll stop the share now.
Yes.
And then I will go to
again
this other one here. Oh dear, I've made a mistake. Sorry.
No.
Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. Can you see that, or no, you can't?
No, you will have to share screen again.
It didn't work.
It will come. It will come. Yes, we can see any player, but there would be a lag in the video. So
Can you see it?
it's yet to come, but yes, it's in preparation to come. You need to play it, I think. We can see all the play button. So once you press the play button, then it should be visible to us.
Can you see it now?
No, have you pressed the play icon? We can't see.
You didn't see it?
No, I can see the screen that the video has to be played there. But in my screen, the play button is still yet to be pressed. The play button, have you clicked it? Yes, something is about to come. Can't see it playing.
Sorry?
We
Can you
can't see
see?
that is being played. No. Is
It
it
didn't
running on
work.
your? No.
Okay, look, we forget about it.
Okay.
I think the best thing is just to forget about it, and let's concentrate on my lecture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see my first slide now?
No, you need to stop sharing screen and again share screen for your PPT.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it now.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
And you can see the slides changing?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Who is going to moderate, Mino or you, Divya?
Me.
Okay, well, Divya, if you do that,
yeah.
If my slides don't change,
yeah,
stop me, please.
Okay. Yes,
okay.
I will. And when do you want the poll?
Say that again.
When do you want to put the poll questions?
When do I want to do what?
Poll question, the 3 questions you sent.
I can't hear you, Divya.
The three questions you sent.
Oh,
questions.
Okay. I have them in here. It's more than halfway through. Let me see.
Just let me know where you want it to be put.
Well, you will see them, and I will. I can't tell you the numbers though yet.
No, whenever
It's
it is
all
on the
one
screen, I will.
slide. Sorry.
Yeah. Whenever it is visible on the screen, that question time, then we can put it.
And how will they vote?
They just need to click on it.
Okay. Well, there's the first one.
Okay. So, but we have all three questions in single go.
Say that again.
All three questions in single go.
There's the second one.
Yes.
There's the third one.
Yes. So they'll come like this only.
Is that okay?
Yes.
So they have a choice of A, B, and C.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that all right?
Yeah, perfect.
I'm not quite sure where it's slide number 52.
Okay.
But you won't get those on your screen, I guess. But it's 52. Anyway.
Okay. Whenever this screen will come, then we'll play it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Richa?
I'll put it back to the.
Richa, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
whenever this slide comes, then you need to put
I'll
the four
click the
questions.
poll. Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I
Perfect.
need to know, really. We forget about the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
And,
end, we may try. If it runs, then fine. Otherwise, we can leave it.
Yeah. You know, I don't like videos.
Yes.
Basically because I have seen so many times where it doesn't work either because of the slide projector or because of the computer or because of the internet.
Yeah.
And what I discovered recently is that quite a number of the videos that I have, they now don't work with the newer version of PowerPoint. And so it's a complete pain. So it's better to avoid videos altogether, I think.
Yes. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So we may stop a video for some time and then 5 minutes prior to.
Yeah, we have, you start at in 15 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Very good. So who are the people who are coming? Are they all residents in Lucknow or?
UP state. UP state plus around also. So nearby people also, not only Lucknow.
Okay, fine. But not wider than that in India?
We have circulated too, but the capacity is 100 here. So
Right.
100 would be able to join here. Rest may join on the YouTube.
Okay. So how many people have you got signed up?
We have not got a Google form signed up. Yesterday we had about 100.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so that's what we expect, about 100 today also, and the rest may continue on the YouTube. So YouTube
Okay.
video would be there. Yeah,
Okay.
later on also. Yeah.
Very good. You see, the technology, Mino, has taken over.
So without technology, we would be nowhere.
No, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't
Yes.
communicate. We
Yeah.
couldn't teach.
But you see, the problem has been caused by technology.
Yes.
Why
And the
has
one
been-
thing that you cannot do is you cannot handle your patient. You cannot do surgery by video. You not yet, at least.
That's all right.
And you cannot feel your patient's lump or whatever it is.
Yes.
It's still very limited, you know. But at least we can communicate. At least we can do some things.
Yes.
Is Divya still there, or is no? Okay, Mino, you are at home, I think.
Pardon me?
Are you at
I'm
home?
at home. At home, yes.
Yes. Okay. Fine. And yeah.
Adrian,
Yeah.
to be waiting 15 minutes like this, sitting and doing nothing is a pain.
It's a complete pain, isn't it? Yeah. We're not used to this.
Yes.
You know, Viv has meetings like this almost every day,
Yes.
and sometimes 2 or 3 meetings a day. And sometimes she is chairing. And when we have internet problems, which we have, it's impossible. And also that she has, if she doesn't have a meeting, she has a webinar. And I don't know how she would do it, you know. She is so technologically non-existent, you know, but she manages. I don't know how she does it.
I wonder how does she do it? Because
Yeah.
at home, in your place, you don't even get mobile signals.
Yeah. But at least she has a separate computer. Yeah.
Right.
But I control the internet because the modem sits on my desk.
Oh.
And, you know, this house has got such thick walls, so that we had when we set it up some years ago, we had terrible problems communicating through these walls. So her computer is now hardwired to mine, and so it works fine. But if I turn the computer off, she loses everything, you know. Now, Professor Mehrotra, now she has a very sophisticated arrangement in her house. Isn't that right?
It's working well.
Well, if I remember when you were building it, and I think you put the fiber cable for the internet in before you put the bricks.
No, not that early. Yeah.
But it was good thinking, Divya, you know, to have that quality. Yeah, yeah. Still, I don't think you ever achieved what Professor Pradhan achieved.
No one can.
Having his telephone, you know, taking the telephone off his desk and putting it on the dashboard of his car That is the
Oh.
amazing. I have a photograph. I have a photograph of it somewhere. I bet you don't do it now, Mino, anymore.
No, there's no need to do it now.
Yeah, you don't need, exactly. Somehow we have to cope for another 7 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you have 19 people so far.
Yes, they will join.
Yeah.
How's the weather like there in your place?
Can you say again?
What is the weather like?
The weather. For the last week, it has been rain, rain, and even more rain. But I think this week it's getting just a little bit better. When we were locked down between March and July, we had beautiful weather all the time. And that
But
was
pity you
good.
couldn't go out.
Yes, exactly. But we could go out. We could go out to do walks, exercise for an hour or two. And with the good weather, it was fantastic. But now we are locked down for 2 weeks in Wales, actually 2.5 weeks, until next Monday. We can still go out to exercise, but the weather has not been so good, unfortunately. With you, it's the same as always?
Yes.
Winter is the best. I think for us, winter is the best time.
Yes, it's coming. It's getting colder. It's getting not colder. It's getting very pleasant now.
Right. Yeah.
We don't need fans in the night. No air conditioning is required.
Good.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And when did the rains stop?
September sometime.
Oh, as late as September. So what does it go from July to September?
Oh, bad. Rain, heavy rain, downpour.
Yeah.
And flooding.
That's a different quality of rain from us,
yes.
I think. Five minutes, Mino.
Yep.
Divya, are you going to take questions at the end or not?
Yes. Yes.
You are. Okay, good.
So we have 2 chat coordinators, one at Zoom and one at YouTube. So let's see what questions do come.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah.
Has RK Singh joined so far?
Yes, sir. He's here.
He's here.
He has
Okay.
to have his video on.
By the way, did you not see one person who just joined, Mino?
Who's that?
KN Dubey.
Dubey. Did you know that he has,
Do you remember?
come back to Lucknow?
Has he?
Yes.
He's in Lucknow.
He was professor and dean, I think. Where
no,
was that?
he was not the dean. But he
He's
was professor,
principal.
all right. He's joined a college here in Lucknow, and he's very happy coming back to Lucknow.
Uh-huh. Okay. I met him a few years ago in Dawad. He could probably hear. Can he hear us now? Maybe he can hear us. It was very nice when I met him in Dawad, but we didn't manage to meet since that time. He didn't think that I would recognize him.
Yep.
Only 2 minutes, Divya.
Yep. Yes.
Professor Singh has arrived as well.
He's here.
Yep. How can I see all the participants? I don't know.
Now
I
you
don't
can
know
see
whether-
Dr. Ken Dubey. He has
Can
put
I?
the video.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, hello. Hello,
Not on
Edwin.
my computer. Ah, I can see you
Hello,
now.
Ken.
Yeah,
How are you?
Krishnanand Dubey. Krishnanand Dubey, you must be remembering full name.
Well, my name is
How are you?
Adrian Warren Sugar. Okay.
Yeah. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I'm very good. You have disappeared.
doing?
Ah, that I see now.
Yeah, I'm very
Okay.
fine. Thank
Good.
you.
And you are enjoying your time back in Lucknow?
Yeah, I'm back to Lucknow now.
And are you doing some work still?
Yes, doing something. I've joined one of the dental schools as a principal there and a professor in oral maxillofacial surgery
Good.
in Lucknow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Is it a private school?
Yeah, it's a private school. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many schools are there? How many dental schools are there now?
In Lucknow?
In Lucknow.
Yeah, Lucknow, there are four
Okay.
private schools.
Yes.
And four private schools and one KGMC, which you had
Yes,
came
I
so
know
often.
KGMC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the is it the Sanjay Gandhi Institute? That does not have a dental school, though, I think.
No, that does not have a dental school. That's that's a postgraduate research institute. It
Yes.
has one dental department only.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that place. It was in its early days, Mino, I think, when I went there.
Correct.
Yeah, I
Those
must
days,
say-
it was in infancy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Anyway, very nice to see you.
Yeah. I'm also very happy to see you after so long. Now you have lost a lot of hair. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I didn't lose it. It was never really much there, I think.
Oh,
So let us start now.
okay.
Yes, let's start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Today we have a very interesting session on planning and surgery for distraction osteogenesis. And the chairperson for the day are Professor R. Pradhan
UK.
and Professor R.K. Singh. You all know Professor R. Pradhan very well, a very well-renowned personality, very dynamic person. He was the former head of the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. He headed the department for almost 30 years. And what all the department is today, it's all credit goes to Dr. Pradhan for bringing it to a level where the international people were. So the credit is onto Dr. Pradhan. He's also the teacher of all teachers you all come across today. All the Georgian maxillofacial surgeons have been the student of Professor Pradhan. And other chairperson of the day is Professor R.K. Singh, again from the same department. Dr. R.K. Singh, we can't see you. Can you please put your video on? I know you are there. I saw you joining. So Dr. R.K. Singh, he was the former superintendent of dental college and an excellent surgeon and teacher. So as the two chairpersons, other than that, we have Dr. Gaurav Mahesh Gupta, who's a maxillofacial practitioner in Agra, and he is the chat coordinator on Zoom panel. And Dr. Jitendra Arora is the YouTube coordinator. So we'll be having questions from both Zoom and YouTube, and then we may have them posted to Mr. Sugar for his suggestions. So now I request Professor R. Pradhan to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Adrian W. Sugar. Over to you, sir.
Hello everybody. Good evening here in Lucknow. And for overseas people, I don't know whether it is good night or good morning. Good night, good morning in the UK and good night maybe in the US. So I've been given a very pleasant job of introducing a very well-known figure, Mr. Adrian Sugar. Mr. Adrian Sugar is honorary consultant in cleft and maxillofacial surgery and senior lecturer at Swansea University Medical School based at Morriston Hospital, Swansea. He has main surgical interests in clefts, craniofacial deformity, and trauma, and was clinical director of the Wales Centre for Cleft Lip and Palate for 11 years. He has a major interest in 3D imaging and planning for facial reconstruction and remains chair of the Center for Applied Reconstructive Technologies in Surgery, shortly known as CARTIS. A collaboration between Morriston Hospital and the design engineers at Cardiff Metallurgical University. He was a member of the Royal College of Surgeons Commission on Future of Surgery, which reported in 2019. He co-founded the International ADT Foundation with Professor John Wolfert from Canada and Professor Rainer Schmelzeisen from Germany. Adrian chaired, Mr. Sugar chaired NHS England's Clinical Reference Group for Cleft Lip and Palate from its inception and the UK Cleft Development Group for 6 years. He was president of the Craniofacial Society of Great Britain and Ireland and is now an honorary fellow for life. He was training program director for OMFS, that is Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery in Wales, and chair of its Specialty Training Committee. He chaired his health board's pediatric surgery, CTTE, and Morriston Hospital medical staff. He is an elected trustee of the AO Foundation internationally, having sat on its academic council, the International Board of Craniomaxillofacial Surgery, chaired AO's International Research Fund for all specialties, and its research committee for CMF surgery. CMF stands for craniomaxillofacial surgery, which we don't use here. We generally use OMFS. He has more than 80 peer-reviewed publications in the literature, as well as 10 book chapters, 170 lectures by invitation. He was awarded the International Gellstrom Award for Excellence in Rehabilitation of the Head and Neck and Down Surgical Prize of the British Association of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. This is the highest award given out by the British Association of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. So that is Mr. Sugar, and if I could continue, I would take up all the time that the lecture is scheduled for. So I cut it down here and hope that you would all listen to Mr. Sugar and enjoy yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Professor Pradhan. Can I just confirm that you can hear me?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. So thank you, Professor Pradhan, for those very kind words. I have always had a very happy and close relationship with my colleagues in Lucknow. I enjoyed my time every time that I have been in Lucknow. Too few times, I think. I would like to come even more. And I also want to particularly thank Professor Mehrotra for this kind invitation. And I hope that this week of lectures, which she has put together, will be very successful. And thank you very much for organizing it. So let's get on to the real business. What I would like to do is to give you an update and an overview on planning and surgery using distraction osteogenesis in the craniofacial skeleton. So let's hope that, isn't it crazy? Now it doesn't work.
No, you have to use the
I've got it.
Wrong.
I've got it. I have to be more patient. Okay, so let's define our terms. What is distraction osteogenesis? Well, fortunately, there is a simple definition. It's the mechanical induction of new bone between bony surfaces that are gradually pulled apart. And it has many applications, but we have to, first of all, thank Professor Gavril Abramovich Ilizarov, because without him, we would not be able to use these techniques. And by the way, he's the one on the left. He's a tremendous guy and a remarkable surgeon. He spent most of his working life in Kurgan in Siberia, in what was then the Soviet Union. And after the Second World War, he found himself as a general surgeon and an orthopedic surgeon treating many limb shortening injuries. And allegedly, one patient accidentally adjusted an external fixator and created distraction rather than the compression that he was aiming for. And he observed that new bone formed in the gap. So it was serendipity. It just so happened accidentally, but he observed it. And although distraction osteogenesis was first described in 1905, Ilizarov is its real father, and he treated thousands of patients using DO and published extensively. It's important to realize that in the Soviet Union, he was initially dismissed. He was regarded as a quack. Only the huge number of patients that he treated successfully that no one else could treat eventually and gradually changed that opinion. And he was ignored in the West until in 1980, he treated an Italian mountaineer and journalist by the name of Carlo Mauri. He had a 10-year-old tibia fracture, which had never united and was also in the wrong place. And he wasn't able to walk. And he'd had lots of surgery in Italy. And Ilizarov treated him successfully, reconstructed him, and he was then invited to lecture by the Italian AO group. And now most countries, many countries, should I say, run Ilizarov courses, including the Royal College of Surgeons of England over here. So what are the conditions in which distraction can treat, and what are the problems? Because what we should not do is find ourselves with a tool and then look for something to use it for. First, you start with the problem. And the main problems for us are defects and deficiencies in the craniofacial skeleton, and in particular, congenital facial and cranial deformity, and sometimes tumor defects. In orthopedics, it's long bone defects, limb shortening problems, and congenital limb defects, like club foot, where some pediatric orthopedic surgeons get very good results using distraction. And although correction of facial deformity in congenital cases includes the correction of tissue excess, the majority of such problems involve tissue deficiency. And unfortunately, rarely are the bone and soft tissue structures just in the wrong place. Usually they are also the wrong shape. So we have to constantly address the problem of how to deal with that tissue deficiency. I'm going to start by talking about distraction of the mandible. These are some of the devices, and I say some because there are probably others that can be used. we started out with external devices, and we then moved to internal devices, and then a combination of internal and external. And I will show you all of these. There are devices that are borne by bone and teeth, and even in some cases, dental implants. They can be submucosal or extramucosal, part removable and completely resorbable. They can go in one direction, in two directions, or multiple directions. And I will show you examples of most of these. These are some of the ones that I started out with in the first place. Is my cursor visible, Divya? Can you see my cursor on the screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
You can. Okay, that's fine. This device on the mandible here was the first one that I used, and I will show you some cases. There were several very big attractions for using it. First of all, it was devised by Professor Fernando Molina from Mexico City. Secondly, it cost less than $250. And that's for the whole kit to use for one patient. It was extremely low-tech engineering. It consisted of 2 pins and I think a drill that you could put on a hand drill to drill the holes. Now you can buy this for a lot more money because they found a company that made high engineering. Let me tell you, that it works quite well with the low engineering ones as well. Then we came on to one of the first devices that was internal, was devised by Patrick Diner, D-I-N-E-R, in Paris. And this was the device that he used and I used in 1 or 2 cases. This was an external device that was very good engineering, high engineering, but expensive. And it was made in Germany by the Normed company, and it was extremely flexible and still has applications. And then I discovered this device, which when I first saw it, I thought was of no value whatsoever. Now I use it in the majority of my cases. And it's a mostly internal device, but with an external port that comes through the skin. And it's very useful because it takes up very little space, and and that's good when you have a small hypoplastic mandibular ramus, and you can insert it, but the port can be distant from the mandible. And this is Diner's early publication in 1996 using intraoral distraction. So what are the principles of doing distraction surgery? Excuse me for one moment. I'm sorry, but my printer has suddenly come into life and I can't switch it off. And it's making a noise in the background, but it will stop. The principles of doing DO surgery are, first of all, placing a distractor in the correct vector. And I will come back to this, this term correct vector numerous occasions. Because if you do not know and cannot replicate the correct vector, you do not know what your distraction is going to do. Secondly, cut the bone and ensure that the bone edges are separated. Thirdly, activate the distractor at surgery. And then when you've done that and you know that it's doing the right thing in the right direction, you then wind it back and reset it. a few days latency period, and then gradually lengthen at about 1 millimeter a day, and then a period of consolidation, which usually would be at least 8 weeks, and then remove the distractor. But only when you know that there's adequate bone in the gap, and usually that means an X-ray. So let's start with the non-syndromic mandible. Now, I will talk about indications, but I think that in the early days of distraction, especially in the United States of America, almost every maxillofacial surgeon was using distraction on young kids. I think I did 2 cases in young kids. And by young, I mean under 16 years of age. So this boy was 12. So he had a severe skeletal class 2. Remember, it's non-syndromic, so severe does not mean like a syndromic mandible, and not that severe hyperplasia. And both his orthodontist and the boy himself were not keen to wait a few years to have orthodontics and then to have orthognathic surgery. So I agreed that I would do distraction for him. And this is his lateral kef, and this is his lateral CT kef. And what we have done then is to import the CT into 3D software using DICOM images. Remember, DICOM means digital image and communication in medicine. And DICOM is a standard that we have internationally. And with this software, we could identify the bone that we were going to operate on, the mandible. We could identify where in the mandible we were going to make an osteotomy. We could choose a distractor to place on the bone, as we have done here. And then we can activate the distractor. Of course, you have to complete the osteotomy cut, and then you can activate the distractor until you have achieved the occlusion and the incisor relationship that you want to do. So we did all of those things in virtual reality on a computer screen. Then you need to transfer that planning to the patient. And for that, you need to make a guide. And the guide allows you to drill holes and to make the cut so that the distractor, it goes in the right place. And this is the outcome that we had. You can see here, the distractor's in place, but we haven't actually started to distract yet. And here we've achieved something more than 1 centimeter of advancement on both sides. You can see that the ports of this distractor can be very bulky. These are flexible ones in this particular device, so you can try to avoid them traumatizing the lips and the inside of the cheeks. And here you can see what the bone looks like after the distractor has been removed. Sorry, and this on the top here is what he looked like before surgery, and post-operatively after distraction on the bottom here, and his occlusion, which is now class 1. So that worked very satisfactorily. I don't use distraction in non-syndromic kids very often. In those early days, and you notice that we are all talking about the 1990s in terms of maxillofacial, craniofacial distraction. One of the groups that I had a lot of time for was led by my friends Cornelius Klein and Hans-Peter Howald. Professor Howald is now in Gießen in Germany as the head of the department there. And they were using an external fixator to lengthen the hypoplastic mandible, and they published in 1995. And this is actually their device. It's the Normed distractor that I showed you before from Germany. And you could see that what they were trying to do was multi-directional. So they had the pins in the condylar fragment, then they had 2 osteotomies, pins in the middle fragment, and pins in the anterior fragment. And this was quite an interesting device. And one of the things, though, that they overlooked is that if you take this segment here and you try to distract from it, well, that will hit the glenoid fossa and distraction will take place.
I hope nobody is able to hear anything. Is it? Yeah, I think he is disconnected. Let's see.
No speech.
No speech. I think he is disconnected. I can't see him here. Is he here? Madan? Richa?
No, ma'am, he is not visible, ma'am. Not even visible.
He's not
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
Yes, I can.
It's frozen. The slide is.
How to tell him that he is frozen?
Only on phone, ma'am, I think. WhatsApp call or something.
He is not on WhatsApp. Let me try to mail him.
See? Mute karna.
I asked him if he's on the WhatsApp. He said no, he is not into that. So the only option we have is his slides are still moving. He's speaking. No, he's out only. What should we do?
Let's wait for some time, ma'am. Few minutes.
Just keep an eye on the participants. He may be trying to log in.
Yes, ma'am.
Something has happened even to my screen. I can't see both the things together. Either I can see the participants or I can see the lecture.
Ma'am, he's still login. I can see him.
His name is there.
Yes.
But his slides are also not moving and he is also not visible. So I've sent him mail. Let's see.
No, slide has changed, ma'am. Slide has changed.
Slide is changed.
Yeah.
Okay. So how to connect?
I think he's trying to do something.
Yes, slides are changing.
Hmm.
Ma'am, the signal could be if we stop sharing his screen, maybe he realizes something has happened.
but he has to listen to.
Or we send him a chat message.
I don't know where on my screen I can't see anything. I'm leaving. Please. Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Sugar, we almost lost you. Can you hear us? Mr. Sugar? The weather, I think, is not very good in UK, and that's why
Some signal
some
issues.
internet issues.
Mm.
Mr. Sugar? Are his slides changing even now?
No, ma'am. Only one slide got changed. Now in stuck.
I've sent him 2 mails. I'm still waiting to hear from him.
Ma'am, this is Ashi here. I just direct messaged him. He's replying that he can hear us, but unfortunately we can't hear him. So I've asked him to log out and log in back again.
Oh, thanks, Ashi.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Was he writing on the chat box?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think Dr. R.K. Singh has to intervene. He has not spoken a word, that's why. Dr. R.K. Singh, sir? Can we have your video on? Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir. Yes, sir. I will have to make him host again. Richa, just look for him and make him co-host. I'm also looking.
I can't see his name, ma'am.
I just admitted him. Yes, I saw him.
Okay. Hi. He's the co-host now. Yes.
Sir, Pradhan sir, would you want to say something on your experience or something we would want to hear from you, some words? You are muted. You are muted. You have to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
My experiences are very outdated.
So whatever it is, it will help in building up.
You must be remembering that when we started distraction, I don't know the year, we got our distractors manufactured here locally.
Yes, sir.
For a very small price. And they worked all right. But they were a little cumbersome in the sense the finesse was not there, but they were all right, they were functional. Then came the patented, manufactured distractor, very high price. So most of the time we couldn't afford, or the patient couldn't afford it. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. True. I remember when I was in UK and used to see the sort of planning Mr. Sugar used to do, or the distractors he used to remove. I still have 1 or 2 distractors received from him, which he removed from his patients, AO retractors, and I use them in several patients here in the very beginning. So not only we were using the distractors prepared locally here, but we were also using the ones,
AO.
the AO ones we received from Mr. Sugar.
So the results of our distraction were very encouraging, very encouraging. And patients would accept them willingly, very willingly. Because the cost was low, the surgery was minimal, and things were there and the results were there.
I think the first thesis we had was on distraction was of Dr. Saurabh Singh, and his thesis also won prize, national prize
Yes.
in best MDS thesis. And I think
Yes.
it was sometime in 1996 or 7.
I don't remember the year because so many years have passed by.
दिव्या आई
हाँ जी
थिंक इस
सर.
वो मेरे ख्याल से स्लाइड को ट्राई कर रहे हैं. यू जस्ट आस्क रिचा टू कोऑर्डिनेट. देयर इज सम प्रॉब्लम. रिपीटेड स्लाइड इज कमिंग एंड गोइंग. You just check
But
that.
we can't hear him also, no? If he's there and he can.
No,
let us
his
know.
cursor. See, his cursor is also moving. You can see the pointer also on the slide.
Yes. So
Divya,
is he
you can
trying-
see the pointer.
He's
Let me
trying.
check. He's trying to do.
दिव्या पूछ रहे हैं चैट पे.
हाँ मैंने भी उनको चैट डाली है, लेकिन इसका मतलब उनको सुनाई नहीं पड़ रहा है. Mr. Sugar, can you hear us? The rest of the audience, please keep yourself muted.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
In our time, when the distractor, a part of it was in the bone and the part of it is outside the skin, the most important thing was keeping sterility. I think that is always the basic thing.
Yes. Again, is he disconnected? I can't see him now.
He's there still.
Adrian का बंद हो गया हिसाब से.
हाँ. let me run my slides and maybe chat to everyone. Some voice issue, I suppose. Just the slides without the voice, how would we be able to understand? Okay, should we restart? Is it good to restart? Because the internet is working well, but not Zoom. It says my camera is not working, but it has the microphone and it is working. So if camera is not working, it's good. Means we can go ahead without the camera, but at least we need to have the voice. I think we should relaunch the meeting. Is that okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, we should relaunch the meeting. Okay, I'm leaving this.
We're going to end the meeting.
End the meeting. Please end the meeting. I will relaunch.
And
Same ID.
From your end, I think.
No, from your end also you can do it.
It shows leave the meeting.
Yes, leave meeting. Same link we can reconnect again. I'm ending.